Welcome back to Practical Gematria. If you're brand new to Gematria, need a refresher, or you just want to follow along while we break this down, we are glad you are here.
In this video, we'll show you how to make basic connections between words using Gematria. By understanding the basic connections, you can start decoding your reality.
Let's start making some connections.
The idea is not to find random words that match through their numbers, but rather to find words or concepts that already have a connection, and then look to see the gematria and show how they connect.
How they connect?
How they connect.
We talked about these ciphers in our last video. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure you do.
As a refresher, here's the 4 basic ciphers.
We're gonna look at some simple matches today. Take a look at this.
We convert each letter into a number and add them together. Both police officer and police department sum to 77.
So what if you throw in something random, like say, the Wizard of Oz?
The Wizard of Oz has a matching 77. So does that mean it has a connection with police officer and police department? Not necessarily, because we're not just picking random words that have the same number.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember the Wizard of Oz. That guy hid behind a curtain, and he was actually an authoritarian.
Do not arouse the wrath of the great and powerful Oz.
So would that give him a connection?
Right, I guess in that certain context, then yes, it would have a connection.
So you can sort of see how you can sort of pull something out of nowhere and kind of make it fit. That's what you want to kind of avoid when you're doing this, although in certain contexts it could be possible.
I was just gonna say, what if there was a shooting at a Wizard of Oz movie and police officers were involved?
Right. And then you would be like, well, he is an authoritarian and he does equal police officers, so there you go.
Right.
Silence!
So getting back to this is a same cipher match. It tends to be a stronger connection than 2 words that match with different ciphers, like something like exercise and fitness. They both equal 43, but with different ciphers.
A stronger match would be exercise and running. They both equal 43 in the same cipher.
Another type of match is the inverted match, or the yin-yang effect.
So what exactly is an inverted match?
So if we take these 2 words like police and crime, those appear to be opposite words, but you can see that police is 33 and 30, while crime is 30 and 33. So it's a cross match, kind of making an X. And another example of that would be another opposites like hot and cold. Hot has 43 and 16, while cold has the inverted 43, which is the 34, and also the 16.
That's interesting. So I think that yin-yang is really important. When I see a number and it equals a whole lot of seriously horrific stuff, I'm looking for what's positive and to try to maybe switch the vibration into something more positive. Stronger connections are matched across multiple ciphers, like the word video and movie share the same numbers in 2 ciphers. Molten and earth match with 3 of the same ciphers.
What about 4 ciphers?
4 ciphers.
The number of the day is 4.
Time traveler and travel in time match on all 4 ciphers. That is a strong match right there.
Yeah. How many ciphers do you and I match on?
3.
3 ciphers.
Our first and last name matches 3 ciphers, so that's a pretty strong match.
Right. Dates are important for coding and decoding with Gematria. For example, let's look at a few release dates.
Here's a movie release. Elvis's full name in Gematria sums to 167. The Elvis movie was released on June 24th, 2022, which is 167 days from Elvis's birthday.
Interesting. While it's certainly possible that it could have been planned that way. Record executives, yeah, certainly possible that they could know Gematria, definitely. But it could also be a natural occurrence. Either way, it's very interesting that the movie release date was that far past his birthday and it equals up to his being his full name.
And it also happens with other forms of media too, like music and even video games. Here's an example of a video game. Battlefield 2042 was released on November 19th, 2021, on the day leaving 42 days in the year. Battlefield equals 42, and so does war, and so does World War. They all equal 42. And 42 is even in the title of the game.
Wow.
It's weird.
Unless we're there in the boardrooms at the meetings, there's no way for us to know whether or not people in these meetings know Gematria and would say, we're going to find a name that equals war and World War. I mean, once again, it's interesting that the title of this game equals the vibration it is putting out.
It also happens in the music industry.
Nicki Minaj's album titled Queen, where she pays tribute to Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. The album was released 138 days after Aretha Franklin's birthday. Aretha Franklin equals 138.
Whoa. Did they know? That's wild.
I mean, it's certainly possible that it could have been a natural occurrence.
So now let's take a look at a 4-cipher decode. These are pretty interesting. This is when you, take an example. Let's look at the word queen and relate this to Queen Elizabeth II. All of these ciphers can reveal dates. You'll notice queen equals 62, 26, 73, and 19. All 4 of these numbers are meaningful. Let's talk about them.
Queen Elizabeth II's coronation was on 6/2, tying to the 62.
She becomes queen on 2/6, 1952.
Queen Elizabeth was married to Prince Philip for 73 years, tying to the 73.
And lastly, we have the 19. The RMS Queen Elizabeth sank on 1/9/1972. So you can see all 4 ciphers related to Queen Elizabeth through her title as queen. You can do this with other people using their titles or their categorization and see what you can find. So we have a headline here. On January 28th, 2022, a bridge collapsed in Pittsburgh.
We have major breaking news to get to right now. A bridge collapse in Pittsburgh.
Ryan, this is stunning news. This is Forbes Avenue, right near South Braddock Avenue. It's the Fern Hollow Bridge that so many people use.
Notice bridge collapse equals 128, 65, 250, and 79. It was called the Fern Hollow Bridge, and the road was named Forbes Avenue. And we can see Fern Hollow equals 128. While Forbes Avenue equals 65.
Okay, now this is weird. On the bus are the words via Oakland, Squirrel Hill, which sums to 250.
And lastly, Fern Hollow Bridge equals 79. So we just related all of those elements of this news story to the words bridge collapse. And notice bridge collapse equals 128, and this all happened on 1/28. So here's some examples of how the day of the year matters. Here's a story that says Big Nickel Mine Road Bridge collapsed on May 7th, 2004, which is the 128th day of the year. See, there's that 128 again.
Welland Canal Bridge number 12 collapsed on August 15th, 1974, leaving 128 days in the year.
And yet another one, in 1989, a bridge collapsed alongside State Route 128, AKA the Ohio 128. So if you see something that has to do with 128 and you're on a bridge,
Pull over.
if it's 1:28 p.m., wouldn't you just like pull over for a minute and just like wait a few minutes and then drive over the bridge?
Yeah, I probably had to stop off to get an ice cream.
Yeah, right? Are all of these connections just coincidental? Well, that's up to you to decide. This information allows you to dig as deep as you want to and to connect and to see what you can see.
We are going slow. And these are very basic, small connections. And as you get into this coding, you start to realize that it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So as we progress, it will get more and more in depth. But for now, this is a very good basic overview of what you would be looking for as you were starting to decode. We offer no opinions of whether or not it is planned or organic. We are simply showing you the code.
If you'd like to delve deeper into this knowledge to further get a grasp on Gematria, please subscribe to this channel and share these videos with somebody who you think would benefit from knowing this.
By doing so, you'll help us continue our work and bring this information out to as many people as possible. Keep your vibrations high, and thanks
for watching.